Hello guys, hope all is well. I haven't been that active last week. I was quite busy with a lot of things, but this week I'm ready to actually get back in and keep everyone updated with things and just cracking on as usual. So Monday was past. I wasn't trading yesterday. I don't trade Mondays. So this is kind of like what I'm looking at for the week. If I'm going to be honest, there's only kind of one direction that I'm actually only really looking for. Dollar is just super bullish at the moment, so I'm really just going to kind of stay with that momentum unless there is some really nice counter trend trade opportunities. I am going to just wait and see kind of what does happen. So on the dollar, on the weekly, I'm only going to be really looking for one thing, the 12955. This old weekly high is definitely what I am just going to be waiting for. We haven't even had any sort of pullback going into last week. So that is one thing that I am actually kind of looking for. Other than that, I'm literally just going to keep with this strong momentum to the upside. If price does, now we've actually confirmed and broke this high. Let me just quickly. Okay, cool. So now we've actually had a confirmed broker structure to the upside. Realistically, what we do want to be waiting for is a pullback to then go long. But sometimes, as you can see with the dollar, sometimes doesn't actually really give you that much of a pullback. It kind of just absolutely moons. So I'm just going to keep my hands a little bit sturdy. And I'm just going to wait. The only time I'd look for counter trend in opportunities is if we actually really confirm, like break some structures here. This is quite a big demand zone, so I would only be looking to sell if we actually broke this for pullbacks to then go long. This, if we broke this, I mean, I'm not really going to be looking too much because this is where like that real sell to buy movement came from. So this is the real strong demand that I am looking for. So if and only when this is broken, then we can look for counter opportunities to then go long. But until then, there is no sign, from my opinion, that price really wants to do that. If we actually start breaking out at this high, we can then maybe look for a pullback into some hourly potentially and then continue. But for the time being, I am actually just really focusing on this high. You can see price is just so strong and so bullish. So one thing that I'm probably am going to wait for is if price does get up to this weekly high, I do want to see a little bit of a distribution potentially happen and then take it to the downside. So with the idea that dollar is strong, I am pretty much just really waiting for downside movements on all pairs XXUSD. I am just going to draw this little zone on. I really do think it's probably just going to get invalidated if I'm going to be completely honest with you. But I'm just going to keep it here just to kind of see what does happen. AU, you can see we did kind of just really continue back down. I was really hoping to see if we were going to dig up into this a little bit more, but you can see we've actually just died. So just because I want to see this come up doesn't mean we actually have to do that. We did actually just take this high, and then we are actually starting pushing down. You can see we had a break structure here, price pulled up. I believe we did actually come into the 50 anyway. Yeah, cool. So we came to like some discounted price to then coming back some premium price, sorry. So we've got this premium at the top, then discount at the bottom. We did come into some premium prices to then take it back to the downside, but I am really just going to kind of be waiting for some sort of pullback just to really kind of take this lower. I am looking for, just at this time being, just this high. You can see if we go on a 1 month. So this was this big sell to buy movement. We didn't actually really break structures coming from here. We've got a low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Now looking for that lower low. If price does want to complete that for us, potentially going into tomorrow, this is if we do get some sort of retracement. We do have a small 4-hourly supply zone in here. So now we have actually confirmed our break to the downside with this move in here. You can see we've had a confirmed break in here. Price has actually came in and mitigated previous prices. So even if we can just refine that a little bit more, looking for some pullbacks back up into this area and then pretty much just continue all the way back into the downside. So potentially, just for the time being, I will be looking for some sort of move into that low, or at least into this higher move, high time frame move in here. That is honestly all I'm waiting for. Other than that, but for me, there is nothing really that more interesting. We can kind of break it down to see what we get. Sorry, that was my speaker. Nothing massively, if I'm going to be honest with you. On 20-minute, we do have this small move in here. We do have some highs in here. We just swept this little high, so we could have one more sweep. Honestly, nothing really too fancy, just super bearish momentum. So I am just going to wait on my hands. I'm not going to force anything out. There's just literally no point. Sometimes it's just an unnecessary loss you need. So like I said, waiting for some sort of pullback. If we can come into this area and then head back down. That is my view on AU. So bearish movements. Euro pound is quite interesting, actually. We actually did come in and we invalidated some. So, well, we didn't invalidate yet. We kind of just sweeps the high. If we drop it down into an hourly, you can see we did have some nice supply that I can imagine a lot of people are looking to take trades off. And you can see price literally just manipulated down and is maybe starting to head to the downside. So if I go into a 1 minute time frame, I was actually looking for this area to get met. You can see we did actually just get that. So any further downside movements is what I am going to be looking at. If we're looking kind of at a structured bias, high, low, high. Now we've confirmed the breaker structure. I actually was looking to trade off this. This is quite annoying, to be fair, but it is what it is. Cool. So we had a confirmed break of structure here and here, and this would have been really good opportunity for some shorts. There we go. We would have about a 3 pip stop loss. And if I'm going to be honest, I'm really probably just going to look for this to head to the downside. We have so much liquidity and imbalance and things resting to the downside. It is a joke. We have massive lows. We've got a lot of areas that have been untested and mitigated and unfilled. And we've got some equal lows in here. So we could see price kind of die off a little bit. I don't think it's going to die off too much, but I think it's going to die a decent amount. I mean, at least to these lows, about 137 pips. So anywhere into these lows in here, we even have some New York lows and London lows, New York lows and things that I am looking for price to then take out. I honestly don't think anything dramatic is going to happen today. You can see on the daily, we are kind of pushing a little bit high. So whether on the daily or today, we're going to kind of pull back a little bit, manipulate one more high and then come back down. That is potentially what I am going to look for. If not, I am just going to wait to see if this high does actually get a confirmed break to the upside. If we do actually get that confirmed break, then I'm going to be looking for areas in here to actually be trained to go carry on this long move. That is only if we actually have a confirmed break above this high. Some people don't understand the difference between a break and a liquidation, and honestly, that is completely fine. Every day is a learning day. So for me, a confirmed break of structure is, where are we? Let's just take a look. Okay, cool. Let's just go in here. So a confirmed break of structure is when price for me actually closes strong above or below a certain area. So you can see in here, we have a break of structure. Price has actually broken below. We've traded and closed below it for quite a while. We pulled up and then we continued again here. This is our confirmed breaker structure. This low, you can see prices really closed below and actually holding it. It didn't just wick below it, it actually held below there for quite a while. This actually held below this level for, let's see, so 17 days. Basically, we actually confirmedly braked that structure. So I am really looking to see if price wants to confirm this break, or if we do actually want to continue a little bit higher. You can see at the moment, price does maybe want to look like we can probably come up and take out this high again. Or like I said, equally, if we are just going to continue and actually start breaking highs. So for the time being, there's not actually a massive amount that I'm looking at. Everything is kind of already doing its thing and it's just really continuing. So it's just really looking for a point now to see if we can actually get in on anything. But for the time being, I am very just happy just sitting on my hands and waiting, because like I said, I've nothing more annoying than just taking unnecessary losses. It's happened before. Most of the losses I take are just when I'm bored, when I feel like I need to be in something, when in reality, that's actually not the case. So definitely I'm going to be looking for some sort of move back down into this area. If we do actually break and confirm this 4-hourly, I would like to see some sort of new supply get created. We get that can break a structure in here, pull back, and then continue. So that is euro pound for me. And euro dollar, again, basically like AU, massive equal lows in here, which I would like to see get targeted. And I'm just going to wait to see if and when price does break below this level. If we do break below it, it's going to be potentially just a case of looking for, where are we? Some sort of break and pull back, potentially come and feel some sort of inefficiency, and then just head to the downside, just keeping with this bearish momentum. If you can, lower time frame, find a good counter trend trade opportunity, then I'd recommend that. But if you're not so used to trading as much, I would definitely just stick with trends and things like that. The only time I would only counter trend trade is if we're in an uptrend, we've had a confirmed breaker structure, I can see distribution for then price to come back down and fill something that it actually needs to fill, and then actually continue higher. So that is the only time I actually do counter trend trade, is when I'm literally selling into something after we've had a confirmed breaker structure. So unfortunately, there's actually nothing really that exciting. I have had a bit of a scout across the board. Nothing honestly that amazing that I'm looking for, or that's actually happened. If you guys have any pairs, please just let me know. I did say that I was going to look at some more pairs, but I'm only going to look at pairs that people want to look at, because there's no point looking at pairs that people aren't really going to look at. So if you are interested, please drop me a message, and I can add that into my next video that I do. I'm probably going to try and do a few videos every week now, just to keep an update. Sundays I'll always do one, just kind of what I'm looking at. Mondays is when I really do kind of my analysis, because that's when the market starts moving, and Wednesday as well is midweek, kind of looking for that range. And what I am going to be doing as well is on a Friday, after the market's closed, or even on a Saturday, I'm going to do a previous week review on the trades that I was looking at, how I got into them, etc., etc., and kind of go in from there. But for the time being, everything is looking a little, not dry, but a lot of the moves have kind of played out quite a lot, and I don't really want to be buying or selling in certain situations, just because it's not safe for me to do so. If I'm going to be buying or selling anywhere, it's going to be off something or from a pullback of some sort. But until I get those opportunities, then it is what it is. Sometimes not every day is a trading day, not every week is a trading week. So yeah, like I said, if you guys have got any questions, please let me know. Feel free to fire away. I will help you as much as I can. And if you guys do have any more video, if you guys have any pairs that you want me to look at, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to check them out for you. All right, guys, thank you.